Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. It is 6:02, 41 degrees, exactly what it was yesterday at this time. And going to be some rain later on today, so just be prepared for that if you're walking out the door right now. Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with a plethora of wonderfulness for you. 7:10 in trivia, we'll have tickets for the Rise Against Papa Roach Show, Rise of the Roach Tour. 8 o'clock, Q101 Twisted Christmas tickets for night 2, which features All-American Rejects, The Maine, Andrew McMahon doing a solo performance of all his music with bands and solo. And then my favorite band, one of my new favorite bands of 2024, I'll say, is Dexter and the Moonrocks. I love them. So those free tickets coming up today. Love them. Love them. So also head to headlines at 8:20, where you decide on the 2 funniest headlines of the week, which story we break down. So show's all set up for you. Early check-in from Tina in Broadview, who asks, give me the status of those leftovers, Brian. So we had Harper's birthday party, a 2-year-old birthday party on Sunday. I mentioned this yesterday with Smoke Daddy Barbecue. Mm-hmm. Today is day 4 of the leftovers.
How's it going?
Well,
You bring any in?
You know what? Damn it.
Don't you dare pretend you meant to. Oh, shoot. Don't do that to me.
So there was a big roadblock, and it distracted me from when I was leaving. I was supposed to turn around and get the I don't know.
The roadblock for when you're already in the car distracted you from bringing the food from the house?
The roadblock for the fridge that I want more tomorrow. So I did go home yesterday, made 3 beautiful barbecue sandwiches, mac and cheese.
You had 3 sandwiches?
They're small buns.
For lunch?
They're like slider-looking buns.
How small are these buns?
Like a quarter pounder with cheese bun size.
Yeah, it's so small. They're like flatter than normal.
Yeah. So I ate all that again. There's still a lot left. I don't know what I'm going to do here, but you're supposed to get rid of leftovers on day 4 is what they say out there. Tina, checking in from Broadview, reminding me of that. They can be dangerous to eat leftovers past the 4th day. Mac and cheese, barbecue chicken, barbecue pork. Now, my father-in-law, who's living with me right now because my wife went on a business trip, he made some barbecue chicken salad out of some of the chicken himself yesterday.
Oh, I'm a healthy guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Is it? Is chicken salad healthy?
It's healthy. Probably healthier than the 3 sandwiches and mac and cheese you had.
I mean, he added mayo to the chicken that already existed in the barbecue sauce, right?
He put mayo in the salad?
Well, to be honest, I didn't see it. You put mayo in chicken salad, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant he made chicken like salad, like a salad, like over lettuce.
No, he took the barbecue chicken that's left over and made the chicken salad.
Mayo chicken salad sandwich.
Yes, out of that.
I see. Probably not healthier.
Probably not healthier.
Okay, got it.
He made bacon, too. I went home and there was bacon brewing.
He added bacon to it?
Yeah, we didn't have any bacon. He bought bacon and put bacon out there.
I have to say, Brian, I don't think you're being a very good host. Your family's in town. Your wife's out of town. She's trusting you to provide a decent experience for them, and they're on day 4 of leftovers, and they're on like an episode of Chopped. Because we're taking chicken salad out of it.
Well,
good Lord, buy him a pizza or come home with something.
So the first night we did do Zaza's Pizza, which is some of the best New York style pizza in the city.
And your wife was in town, right?
She was still here, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure she was making the experience nice.
And Smoke Daddy's a great Chicago barbecue place, so they're getting Chicago barbecue, which is what people come to Chicago for. When you think barbecue, you think Chicago.
Oh, that's right. Of course, yeah.
Damn right. It's so good. Well, they're here for 2 more nights. Should I keep milking the barbecue?
These poor people are so tired of it. They're creating recipes. They're adding bacon. But for the love of God, pick up some different food on the way home. Bring them home some sandwiches. Order something else tonight. How about you freeze the rest of your old-ass barbecue and just save it for yourself later? God forbid you brought any in for us, but I digress. I'm not even going to get into it. Your poor family. Your poor family.
They seem happy.
Oh, my God.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with Blink. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. This one's a little dark, but also something that needs to be said out loud for people out there to think about the end and the end of our lives.
Okay.
Because if you don't wait till the end to think about what you did during the journey we're all on here, I used to quote fingers on journey because that's a very self-aware word to use in 2024. We're all on a journey here, right?
Well, my journey's ass, but yeah, I guess we're all on
Wow.
one.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Well, maybe you should think about this then. It's the top 3 regrets of people have on their deathbed, and they talked to thousands of hospice people that heard the last words of people. Or their last, what do you regret? You're talking to somebody at the end, and these people know all of everything that people said, and it narrowed down to top 3.
What if you were at the hospital and you're like, you know what? I'm starting to feel better. I'm gonna make it. And someone shows up and goes, "We're interviewing for the biggest life regrets with the people at the end of their life. What do you got?" And you're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
get out of here, scram!
I'm good.
I'm not done."
So here's a Monty Python line. I'm feeling much better now.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the top 3 we'll give you when we come back in 5 minutes of the regrets that people had about their life at the end. So what do you think one of those is? You can just give me one of
Okay.
a regret people have.
Can I tell you what I think is the smarter thing to do? So I think people would regret not doing this. I think, and you're laughing at me, but
I'm ready.
I think people should retire a bit earlier, okay? Because I would rather retire at a younger age with energy and like, okay, I want to travel. I feel good. Like I can still mountain climb or hike or be on long flights. And then I would rather get a part-time job when I'm like an older person. Why do I want to work till I'm older? And now I'm like, well, I can't get on that flight. My knees hurt. I can't climb that. I think that people should take more time off in like a nice prime. I think like 50s and 60s because you feel good. You've worked for a long time. You should be taking a break.
Yeah.
And then honestly, in 20 years, you may be like, oh, it's fun to have a little part-time job. I got some new friends. Like you'd be into it again.
Well, so your answer is retire younger.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the answer on the top regrets of people at the end and people in hospice. You've interviewed them and they said what people said at the end. And what do you think, Case, it could be?
Didn't buy enough concert tickets.
Okay, well, that's, listen, right to the point. More concerts, more music. It's been proven that listening to music and going to concerts can add 10 years to your life. 10 years. 10 years. So we'll come back, give you all the top 3, and you can text in what you think it is, a regret at the end of your life of what you didn't do during the journey to the end.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Time for the facts to make your brain go. Now, we talked about it before the break where there was a hospice nurse named Julie McFadden. She wrote a book called Nothing to Fear, Demystifying Death to Live More Fully. She interviewed hundreds of other hospice nurses about what they hear on the deathbed of a lot of people. And these are the top 3 regrets most often heard from her hospice patients and others. So I thought this would be a good fact to put out there today because we're on this journey and hopefully everybody listening is not near death and not in hospice. But if you are in hospice, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Maybe we perk you up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe out near the end.
Is that going to be your claim to fame? They'd be often in the hospice wing.
Number 1 with 85 to dead hospice people.
Yeah.
My mom works in hospice and she likes the show.
That's right. I forgot about that.
She does marketing for she tells you this
Marketing?
is she's like, this is the hospice you should die in. This is where it should be.
What do they do to like bring people in? Is it like they get like my chem before?
Exactly.
How do they do it? I don't know how you do it.
She books Twisted Christmas
Yes.
and hospice
I knew
performances.
it.
Yeah, in all
Amazing.
seriousness, how do you do that to sell? We have the best beds?
Shit, good sheets.
The most peaceful way to go out. She's very into like the last moments of your life should be very peaceful and stress-free. It's a noble job. I hate hearing work stories. Every work story she has is about somebody dying. It's awful.
Yeah, and that's the end game. Like if you sell cars, at the end of the day, you sell a car.
That's right.
Hers is someone dies.
That's so real.
And
well said.
But she is a
She's
saint.
like, but peacefully. Nailed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very nice. So here's what probably your mom heard these probably. I don't know from the marketing department, but at least
She's like in the room for some of these. I don't understand why. I go, you have an office. Be in the office, not where people are, but nevertheless.
I thought maybe they gave her a desk with a nook in it in the same room with someone who's in hospice.
She's taking a call.
Right. All right, so here we are. We'll start with number 3. These are the top 3 things that people have said on their deathbeds of what they regret that they did with their life. Number 3, and by the way, Kenzie said retire early, that they didn't retire early enough. And Case said didn't buy enough concert tickets, which tracks. So they regret how they navigated their relationships is the 3rd biggest regret of people on their deathbed.
I bet.
So basically they're saying not saying sorry when they should have, not reconnecting sooner with an estranged sister, or caring too much about what people thought. And then not living the life they wanted, but living the life people around them wanted, and that affected relationships. That's pretty powerful because nobody wants to say sorry. My bad. I'll take the hit on this one. You know what? My bad. No one wants to say that.
Yeah.
Or maybe everybody should do that more often and just get over something that's stupid, and then it grows into something where you're not talking to your brother anymore or whatever.
The I'll show you turns into, well, that sucks really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
So today, maybe reach out to someone you have had a petty beef with. Maybe it was an illegitimate beef. Say you're sorry, get back in it, and see what happens. I have people I haven't talked to, and I have one person I'd love to reconnect with, and I can't figure out why we lost track of friendship.
Can I start guessing who they are on the air?
Sure. Go ahead. Start the list. Who do you got?
You're right. I'm thinking it through.
Well, you got somebody on your mind. I don't know.
That's on me. I shouldn't bring it up. That's fine.
All right.
I'll hate you in the commercials.
All right. Right.
All right.
We'll get to that one later. Number 2 on the list of biggest regrets of people on their deathbed from hospice nurses. So they wish, and this relates to Kenzie's, I think, they wish they hadn't worked away their life.
Period.
Now, here's the explanation on that. Some people worked intensely right to the years leading up to retirement, leaving them with limited time to appreciate it. And then some of us, have to work all the time because, listen, let's be honest. We have to work because everything's too damn expensive now, and there's no way to just say, I'm going to retire to an island somewhere. You can't do it. It's hard.
Actually, I don't know if you saw that couple who realized that, like, if they sold their home or whatever, gave up the expenses of, like, a car and a whole, like, and rent even,
Sure.
say that, so you're saving that monthly.
Yep.
That they could actually just afford, because they would sell their stuff, to constantly live on different cruise ships because everything's all included.
Oh, and it was cheaper than paying rent.
It was literally cheaper than paying rent.
Wow.
Because they're like, well, we don't have a car payment, obviously.
Yeah.
We have a ship instead.
God, what's a ship payment?
Yeah. And so, like, yeah, and then they didn't have, like, rent. You never were fixing anything around the house. You didn't have a bunch of, like, tedious things, like decor items. Oh, they kind of let a lot of that stuff go.
Now, they still had jobs working remotely from the ship, right?
Maybe. I don't remember that detail.
I wonder if they had some kind of income.
I black out once you say work. I'm like, but.
Once you heard cruise ship, you were like, done.
Done. Hey.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Case, you could sell your albums.
They're not worth anything. Nobody wants the albums I have.
God, that's sad.
I know.
Because people usually brag about their album collection, like it's going to be worth about $10,000 when I retire.
No, not mine.
No. I think that the albums Case was bought, the people selling them are like, oh my God, this is awesome. Like, they probably had to find, like, packaging to ship it. Like, what the hell? Does anyone have an envelope? We just got an order.
They said, forget the album. We'll just come to your house and play for you. We'll give you a live
We'd
show.
love to meet you.
So finally, the number 1 regret people had on their deathbed, and this also relates, because Kenzie, you kind of had 2 things in there a little bit, retiring early, but I think you a little bit also alluded to your health. And this is just something they said they wish they'd appreciated their health when they had it. The number 1 regret from people on their deathbed, which, I think there's a lot of people in your mind of regrets you had. I'm not sure that was what you had on your bingo card there for that one. But I can relate to this because Saturday, I sneezed and tweaked my back. And I was miserable for about 3 hours.
I'm not trying to laugh at you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's laughable. I tweaked my back. For 3 hours, I was in tons of pain. Then it went away and it was fine. But during that 3 hours, I started praying, saying, I wish I had Friday's back the day before. Please, Lord, just give me the back I had yesterday.
Give me the back I had yesterday.
Not a bad back. So, but it's amazing when just one thing happens to your body, all of a sudden you realize that, wow, walking is pretty awesome. If I could just keep walking the rest of my life, and once something happens to your health and it's permanent, you can't do it anymore, it's like, geez,
It's like that feeling the first time you take a breath and you have a stuffy nose and you forget what it's been like to breathe clearly your entire life. You're like, I guess this is just how it's going to be now.
Oh,
I have a
damn.
stuffy nose permanently. I'll never breathe right again. And then it goes away and you calm down. But that first one, you go, this is my life. This is what it's going to be.
Yeah, you don't realize how great your nose is on a day to day.
Yeah, or your
You don't
back.
know.
Or your back.
Or your back.
Yeah.
I've hurt my neck since London. My neck's been jacked up, so every time I sneeze, I want to cry because my head whips forward and it hurts. And I don't think I'm ever gonna have a normal neck again.
Yeah.
I think this is just it.
And you said, I wish I had my neck from, I don't know, 20 years old.
Yeah, I wish I had my other neck. My other neck was awesome.
Yeah. So those are the 3 things to appreciate now so you don't waste time. These are the people that were dying on their deathbed, and that's what they said. They regretted how they navigated relationships. Say you're sorry today. Try to make up with someone you banned. They wish they hadn't worked their life away, and they also wish they'd appreciated their health more. Those are the 3 facts that make your brain go boom and have no regrets.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and time to talk about this Costco recall that kind of, I'm going to play the Undertaker's theme. Is all I could think of.
Seems unnecessary.
Well, here's why. I'm playing the Undertaker theme because I feel like this is the death knell for society that Costco had to recall this item for the reason they did. Now, you think of recalls, you think of, there's probably some plastic or glass in a food item or listeria that was very big in 2024, tragic in some situations. And sure, I'm glad someone catches things and recalls them. So Kirkland butter, by the way, I'm a big fan of the Kirkland brand. We use Kirkland milk for Harper. I buy Kirkland everything.
Me too. We have a lot of Kirkland stuff.
They're kettle chips. Forget about it.
Oh my God! Do you get the truffle oil ones?
Oh, so Kenzie
Listen,
got the truffle
bitch.
ones. A little upset that my location doesn't have them again now.
No.
So they ran. Sometimes Costco will have an item that has a short run, let's say. So they still have them at yours.
Yeah, well, we got 3 bags because I'm like, listen, I love the truffle oil. I ain't messing around, baby.
Case, these are kettle chips with truffle oil and sea salt.
Oh, I love the smell of them. I just smell the bag.
Must be nice.
It is nice. I got 3 bags.
I know you don't have truffle oil chip money, but
No, I don't have Costco money, let alone the things inside of
No, you
Costco
get,
money.
are you kidding me? It's how you save money. I had lunch for less than $2 the other day.
I will say this big family bag is like $6.
It's unbelievable.
You can afford it.
Must be nice.
Okay, well,
Rockefeller in the morning. Must be nice.
how about Zuckerberg and Musk or something?
More of a
I don't
Rockefeller
want
guy.
to be Musk.
He made $15 billion in
I know,
one
but
day.
I don't like the last name. I don't want to be called Muskie.
I'll be Musk for $15 billion.
Fine, I want Zuckerberg. Sounds fun.
All right, there we go. We got the new name of the show. Case, get that up on a billboard quickly.
All right, hold on. I got graphics working. I'm going.
So Costco had to recall 80,000 pounds of Kirkland butter, which is delicious. I buy Kirkland butter.
That's a lot of butter.
I didn't buy all 80,000 pounds for
was
me.
it you? You have to go back to the... Can't believe I have to go back to the store.
They said we have to recall 80,000 pounds of butter. The good news, it was one guy, Brian. It was him.
Right? You just got an email?
So Costco voluntarily recalled this item. They didn't have any kind of FDA involvement,
What?
but they did a voluntary recall because the butter didn't say it contained milk.
What?
Now, I don't understand there's probably going to be some people that come at me for saying this of like there's, people who are vegan or someone has an allergy to milk. It would have been nice to know that the label, the ingredients were milk in this Costco
But
butter.
most people who, if you will not eat any, or I suppose drink, I don't know, but you eat butter, so it's confusing. But if you can't have milk, right, or
Right.
any kind of dairy,
Yeah.
there are special butters. Like, you know that. Like, you wouldn't just go buy regular butter.
Thank you. No regular degula butter out
Period.
there. You should know since kindergarten that butter is milk. Butter
It's a
contains
dairy.
milk. It's dairy. And meanwhile, Costco recalled it because of some social media activity of like, well, they certainly screwed this one up. Well, okay, it's butter with accidentally not saying milk's in the brand or in the ingredients. I think we should all know that. Let's be common sense people, and let's not be children. You're an adult. You know when to buy the butter. It probably has milk in
people
it.
freaking out? Like,
People freaked out over it, and then they said, you know what? We're going to voluntarily recall it all and get the label right that says this butter has milk in it.
that's so annoying. This is like when they put instructions on candy bars. Have you seen this? Where
I'm
it
not
says where to tear on a candy bar?
Wait, what's the label?
Like instructions on candy bars. Like it says
Oh,
like
how to
where
tear
to
it open? Sometimes they're hard,
You
though.
can't get in there. You can't have it. That's the rule. I'm sorry.
If you can't get into the candy bar.
You can't have it. That's on you.
All right, that's fair.
It's like the prize at the end of the maze, baby.
Yeah.
You better figure it out.
Yeah. I just think at the end of the day, this is it's a bad look for society and humanity.
And you know what? It's also bad, like, on the environment. To take that back and throw that much product away is very frustrating. Just give your butter to your neighbor and go get, like, that who I guess can have milk. There's no way that many people purchased that butter with thinking that it wasn't dairy-based. There's no way that many people did.
Do you think Costco has a person that's using a Sharpie to add milk to the ingredient label and just save all that butter? It took it back.
It's not good. Like, just give the butter to somebody else because they have to get rid of all of it.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
It's tough. It's tough.
I'm wondering, Brian, if there's a way, you know how from like AT&T you can buy a refurbished phone?
Yeah.
If you can save money and buy refurbished butter. All this butter had to go somewhere. It's got to be in a warehouse.
I will absolutely buy the discounted even more Kirkland butter from Costco that's been recalled.
I would. It was unopened? Absolutely. Or like if it was slightly open, I would just cut that piece off, scooch it over, use the rest of the butter.
I don't care if people took a slice of it. I'll still eat that butter. I'm going
just
down.
in case, though, what if they took a bite out of it? My grandpa used to do that.
Bite a butter stick?
Yeah. He used to grab a stick of butter and chomp into it.
My hero.
I'm like, okay.
There goes my hero.
Like, also, it's like an expensive snack. Like, butter's not cheap. I would be pissed if, like, my husband just ate a stick.
I will say that I've bitten into butter before and then put bread in my mouth, and then so it was like butter
That's
and
fine.
bread.
That's fine. That's totally different.
So I was making it in my mouth because I was too lazy to spread
No,
it.
yeah. You were not raw dogging the butter at that
Thank
point.
you.
It had like accoutrement. It's fine.
I'm glad I'm in a safe space where I can share something like that and
That's
understand.
completely acceptable. I have totally squirted whipped cream in my mouth as an accompaniment to like ice cream because I didn't feel like building the whole thing.
Boy, if you want to win the social media award this week from our company, make a little video of that.
Okay, that's nice. Me building the sundae in my mouth, then chocolate sauce, then sprinkles. Listen, it's tough sometimes. You only have a minute.
Casey, ever squirt anything in your mouth?
My man.
You can't ask him that. And of course he has.
Yes, of course I have.
Hello.
Have you met me? Syrup, butter, insert other items here. The whole list.
That's what you should have been. You're like a glory hole for food. And what do you got?
Thanks, Kenzie.
Sorry.
No way to transition to Gil Curtis, but here's his headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is Sadie Hawkins Day. It's a day when women ask men out, and men immediately assume they're getting sex. Meghan Markle wants to build a lifestyle empire to rival Gwyneth Paltrow's. Well, she's already got the annoying part down. Timothy Chalamet says people in Hollywood told him he's too skinny and needs to gain weight, which makes him the opposite of Russell Crowe. Yale is adding a course on Beyoncé. Meanwhile, the University of Phoenix is offering a course on the other two members of Destiny's Child. And Denzel Washington will star in Black Panther 3, which tells me that Wakanda has a senior center. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.